Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Joker, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a deck profile on Dark Magician. It honestly is probably one of my favorite decks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's one of the most OG decks, you know. This deck, in this format, it's not really that bad, honestly. It can stop a lot of meta. So yeah, we'll get started with it, alright? So first things first, we start off with our 2 Dark Magician. Absolutely need this card. I don't play 3 because 3 is kind of a brick, so... You know, so yeah, he's essential to the deck. So yeah, we got our 2 Dark Magicians. Then we have the 1 Dark Magician girl, right? She's solely to really like Foolish Burial, dump to the graveyard. Magician Salvation does come up every now and then, so she's pretty good. I thought about playing Mana instead. Honestly, Mana definitely much more consistent card, but with the field spell that we're gonna run anyway, you may as well just run Magician Girl because then that's having an extra brick in the deck. Then we have our 3 Magician Souls. This card absolutely cracked. Probably the best like Dark Magician like monster in the main deck, honestly. This card super good. You send 2 to draw off. Really good for getting rid of skill drain because it sends to the graveyard for a cost, so you don't have to worry about, you know, the skill drain blocking your effects or anything. So if it's bothering you, you can literally just get rid of it. It literally draws 2. It's a free special summon, super easy. If Foolish Burial is your Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, so it gets them in the grave. Like, I don't recommend anything less than 3. Like, if you're playing less than 3, you're dumb. Then we have the 3 Magician's Rod. This one basically our searcher for the deck. It'll search any Dark Magician spell or trap. Really good, you know, combo off with it. Really gets you the piece you need to get all your combos off. And this, honestly, the Illusion of Chaos, we run that at 2. This card is absolutely cracked, man. Like, this card added so much consistency to the deck, it's not even funny. The deck was super bricky until literally this card came out. It literally fixed his hands, super good effect. But yeah, absolutely run that at 2, and I'll show you why later. Because I'm basically going to be running 5 copies in the deck because I have 3 Preparation of Rites later on, so I'll show you that. You have your Apprentice Illusion Magician. I run her at 1. I feel like too many cards that I'll discard, because a lot of times with this deck is you don't really have that much of a hand, and you definitely want your discard for Dragoon, so I feel like I used to run her at 2. It is a really good special summon, but you want to have cards in your hand, so you don't want to discard too much. She searches Dark Magician off summon. It really is Ash bait. I mean, if you're going to Ash searching a Dark Magician, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I mean, it is Ash bait there. But mainly, she's there to help you get over bigger monsters, right? If you have Dark Magician, Dragoon, Dark Magician, Dragon Knight on the field, you send her to the grave from hand or field to, you know, buff your spellcaster by 2k. You gotta have the Timaeus, the United Dragon. He basically will discard a card, or a Dark Magician card, or send to the graveyard from hand or field that mentions Dark Magician to special summon. He's a 2800 beater, but he's a poly on legs. You basically use him to fusion summon into your copy of Dark Magician, Dragon Knight, you know, Red Eyes, Dark Dragoon. And you're gonna be running 3 Jesters, the 3 Olivers. This guy really good because we're running the branded version of this deck. Where now I used to run the Red Eyes Fusion variant of the deck, but and here's the thing with Red Eyes Fusion or Ref, right? I find that when you run Red Eyes Fusion, you're adding just much more bricks to your deck, because then not only do you have 2 Dark Magicians, which is kind of a brick, even though you need them, but then you have the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is also another brick. Another thing is, when Branded Fusion gets ashed, you can still continue your plays, you know? It doesn't completely stop your turn, where if you get ashed on Red Eyes Fusion, you kind of might lose from there, I'm not even gonna lie, right? So I'd rather get ashed and continue plays if I have, than get ashed and completely just stop my turn, because Red Eyes Fusion locks you out of summoning for the rest of the turn, so... Really good card, right? It gets you Dragoon with 2 pops, but I think Dragoon with 1 pop is still, you know, good enough, especially if you're going second. I have the 1 Fallen of Valbaz. Fallen of Valbaz, you need him for Branded Fusion, of course, right, to go into your Rebellion to make your boss monster of the deck. Really good. And I guess if you're really, like, bricked or fucked or whatever, I mean, you can normal summon him, discard a card, and he's like a little mini, like, Super Poly, so, I mean, it's whatever it is. Then we're running 3 Soul Servants. Literally, probably the best spell card in the Dark Magician deck. This card is super good. You plus so hard with that. You have Dark Magician Girl in the grave. You draw 2 by banishing it from grave. It's another Ash bait. The cool thing about this deck is, like, Ash, I mean, yeah, Ash hurts every deck somewhat to like some degree, but Ash is kind of just more of a hindrance because this deck has so much draw power and search. It's insane. But this card literally lets you stack, whatever Dark Magician card, spell trap, or monster that mentions Dark Magician in its text to the top of your deck. Really good. And I'll show you a cool tech card later on. You're going to pair that with Upstart Goblin because you basically can manipulate whatever you're going to draw into. It also goes well with Dark Magic Circle. But yeah, we have the Dark Magic attack. This literally is a Feather Duster, your searchable Feather Duster for the deck. Now, here's the thing, I was doing like a lot of testing. Feather Duster, technically a better card because there's no requirements to use it, you just play the card. But Dark Magic Attack, I've decided to use over the Feather Duster just because you can search. First of all, Dark Magic Attack is searchable. Feather Duster, usually when you use that card, like it's done, it's a one of. You can literally wipe back row multiple times with Soul Servant. You can actually dig this out of the grave, place it on top of your deck, just use it to wipe back row again. Really good against trap decks and stuff. So I just see it more versatile. We have the Secrets of Dark Magic. This card literally cracks. It is a fusion and ritual spell in one. I don't think you'll ever be really summoning Illusion of Chaos, but you can. I mean, he's pretty cool. He has like a bounce back negate effects, but you mainly want to be using this to go into your Dark Magician Dragon Knight or your like Dragoon, really. And it's a quick play, so it can help you go for like OTKs, get extra damage in. So you can literally, like attack, Dark Magician, Eternal Soul, Dark Magician back, attack. Then you can activate that, fusion summon with something, make like Dark Magicians or whatever and attack again. It's a really good card for that. Then you gotta play the Magician's Salvation. Crack field spell. This card basically lets you set an Eternal Soul from deck, right? And because it's setting from deck, it can't be ashed. So really good card there. It helps you get your Eternal Soul out if you don't have it, if it's one of your missing pieces to your combo, because basically Dark Magician, the main combo is Eternal Soul, Dark Magic Circle. So really good card there. Its other good effect is if you summon a Dark Magician, or if you normal or special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, you can basically summon the opposite from hand or graveyard, which is really cool, right? From your graveyard, sorry. Really good effect. It can honestly help you get like bodies on field and such. Really good combo card. We're going to be running the 1 Dark Magic Circle. Honestly, running 3 is a complete fucking no-no. You don't want to do that. Running 2, I mean, you could get away with running 2, but just for consistency, I kind of want to run 1. And here's like my secret to that. Like, if you take all the Dark Magician cards, or like all the spells and traps that mention Dark Magician in the deck, there's not that many compared to the whole rest of the deck. So the chances are you're not getting off that like draw effect. It's mainly for the combo piece. You can get it back. You don't really need one because Soul Servant really gets you another one if you really need it. You know what I'm saying? Out of the graveyard or whatever. So, there's that. That helps you banish your card, and that's your main disruption. Eternal Soul, Dark Magic Circle, or Dark Magical Circle. You're gonna be running 3 Preparation of Rites. This card, Preparation of Rites, really good card. It's basically 3 ways to search your Illusion of Chaos. So you basically have 5 copies of Illusion of Chaos in your deck. He's literally not a brick. He gets you whatever like monster you need. He can get you Magician Souls, Rod, like literally whatever you need to do your plays and do your combos. This card is really cool because it's not once per turn. So it's, like I said, it's Ash Bait. So let's say you do a Preparation of Rites, cool. Ash Blossom, all right, cool. And you have another Preparation of Rites. So even like drawing 2 is not even that bad because then, it base the Ash or you have like an extra card. Preparation of Rites would get you Illusion of Chaos. So let's say, for example, right, like 3 is definitely not a brick, right? So let's say you open up 2 Preparation of Rites, right? You have no Illusion of Chaos, no Magician Souls or anything, right? So this is what you do, right? So you play Preparation of Rites. If they ask you, okay, cool, whatever. If they don't, you get your plays off anyway. Or let's say you do the Preparation of Rites and the other one's basically a brick in your hand. And the thing about this is Preparation of Rites will get you Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos will get you Magician Souls. The Magician Souls will get rid of that extra brick for a draw. So like either way, like you're not really bricking, really good. We're gonna run 2 Branded Fusions. Branded Fusion, crack card. This is basically your 1 card boss monster for the deck. It's a 1 card Dragoon, a 1 card Dark Magician Dragon Knight, gets into your big boys. So what you mainly do is you do Branded Fusion, then you go into use Dark Magician from deck and Fallen of Albaz from deck, or hand, which is really cool too, or field. You go into your Albion, you go into your Lubellion, and you can make him like that, or you can go into your like Albion, whatever like really you need, however the situation goes. But yeah, that really good card. Terraforming is good because it searches your field spells. Terraforming, really good card. You can't go wrong with that. So this card literally searches whatever field spell you need. Your Magician Salvation, your Mystic Mind. I do believe you might be playing Secret Village. I gotta double check, but yeah, it gets you all your field spells. Upstart Goblin for obvious reasons. This card, if you're not playing Upstart Goblin, you're actually retarded, man. I'm not even playing. Like, this card, super good. And here's the thing, right? Who's gonna ash an Upstart? I mean, like, every now and then, I will be, like, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or, like, Edo Pro Omega, and someone will ash the Upstart, and it's like, bro, like, why are you... I mean, if they do, like, cool, like, whatever, right? You're a savage. But Upstart Goblin goes really good with Soul Servant, because you basically play Upstart Goblin, they're not gonna ash it. Who's gonna ash an Upstart? Then you, because it's a quick play, you then change Soul Servant, then you can stack the top of your deck, and then the way the chain resolves, you know, you get to draw whatever you want. You can also do Upstart Goblin with Dark Magic Circle, right? So you play Upstart, then you play Dark Magic Circle, you manipulate or you stack your top of your deck for those 3 cards. You can even get like a Floodgate or something. It really any card you really need, which is not that bad. And then you just draw whatever. So we're running the 1 Super Poly. You can probably get away with playing 2, but I mean, like, it's, I don't know, like, I've tried it at 2, and sometimes it breaks me. So, I mean, 1, honestly, like, you don't want to see it too much. Like, if you're going second, it's cracked. You know what I'm saying? If you're going first, you don't really want to see it. Because setting a Super Poly, I don't really like doing that. Just because they could always open up, like, Feather Dust or a back row removal before they even summon anything. So I got it at 1. And this will help you, you know, get into your extra deck, like monsters, by, you know, taking away their monsters. Everybody knows what Super Poly does. They're going to be running Spellbook of Knowledge, really good card. So you basically send a spellcaster you control or another spellbook card from hand or face-up field to the grave, and you basically draw 2. So you kind of, what's cool is you can like have Magician Souls or any other spellcaster you have. You can like loop your Dark Magician. You literally send it to the grave, draw 2. You can't go wrong there. Call by the Grave stops Ash, stops a lot of stuff. If they have Phoenix Enforcer, when he uses his effects to, you know, be special summoned like from the grave, you literally chain Call by and banish him, get rid of problem monsters like that. So it's pretty good like spot banish, but mainly it's to like, you know, help your plays go through without being interrupted. They're gonna run the 1 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. This card absolutely cracked. If they have Feather Duster, oh my god, if they're running like a fusion deck like Branded, they literally cannot play around this. Like, they can't use any spell cards at all. A really cool thing about it is if they don't control a spellcaster, they can't activate any spell cards or nothing. It shuts down a lot of decks. And chances are, who's really playing spellcasters, right? So a really good card. You can search it with Terraforming, right? Really, really good. Can't go wrong there. And we're running the 2 Mystic Minds. 2 Mystic Minds is like, what you're basically doing is like stopping your opponent from basically playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? It helps you. If your break's really bad, this will help you draw into whatever you need. You'll like summon like Rod, right? Or normal summon Rod. Then you play Mystic Mind. Then you can literally link Rod into Artemis, right? And then on a opponent's turn, activate a quick play spell, right? Soul Servant, you know, trap card. Then you can tribute Artemis to add Rod back to hand for your next search on your follow-up turn. And then they can't activate any monster effects or anything at all, right? So it's really good there. You're also going to be playing your 1 Eternal Soul. I used to play 2, but if you have Magician's Salvation, realistically you really need 1. You know, you can draw into it, or you can Salvation. You can even search Salvation, so you kind of have like multiple copies of Eternal Soul. If you really do need it again, you can like, you know, Soul Servant back from the graveyard. And honestly, this card, I run it at 1 just because, I mean, if this card gets blown up, it potentially nukes your field, so I don't want to really have 2 of those. I mean, it's a really good card, but nonetheless, but yeah. Now for some more Floodgates, we have Skill Drain, obvious reasons, right? You pay 1k, stops them, it shuts off monster effects for your opponent on the field. Really good freaking card, because then you're basically just beating over them. And Magician Souls gets rid of your Skill Drain for a draw, so if it's ever like hindering you, you have that. And then we're playing, we're topping it off with 2 Summon Limits. Right, summon limits really stops your opponent from playing. I thought about doing like Gozen match, like Rivalry and such. Now here's the thing with the Gozen match, right, in Rivalry, they can control 1 type or 1 like attribute, and that's all cool and all. But if like in the off chance you do run into decks where that doesn't like really hurt them that much, like let's say like Exo Sisters for example, kind of doesn't really affect that deck or anything like that. So summon limit I feel like affects almost every deck because they're just gonna be summoning, doing their combos and off. Like I don't think anyone's gonna summon just twice and be able to like go full combo, you know, so they're gonna be summoning more than like twice, so you want to hit them with summon limit. They summon 2 monsters, you flip up summon limit, bam, their turn's basically done. They have 2 weak monsters on field, nothing to really do anything. So that's our deck. Now for the extra deck, right? So for the extra deck, we're gonna be running your 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And I know this might sound crazy, but I think 2 Dragoon is pretty good. It really does come up making a second one. Now, I really say to make 2 in 1 turn. That's kind of silly. I mean, you could, like, it's possible with the deck. But I think one is like alright, but it comes up where if they get rid of one Dragoon, you at least have another Dragoon in your extra deck to like make to come back. It actually did come up on me against a buddy of mine, so that's really good. You're gonna run the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Right, Dark Magician Dragon Knight, really good. He protects your back row, basically. And he's also Dark Magician on field. So, basically the lock is Eternal Soul, Dragon Knight, in, like, Magic Circle. But he can't really get around that. Like, it's pretty hard. He has to be, like, beaten over or, like, I don't know, attributed or something, right? You gotta have the Dark Magicians, really good card. What is it? The Suits of Dark Magic gets you into this pretty good. It's a, clear fusion card, U+ with the draws and all that, too. Master of Chaos, I just have it because it's a Dark Magician like archetype card, right? It doesn't come up a whole lot, really hard to pull off. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think it's that great of a card, but I mean, it's there, right? It's pretty cool, the banish effect and all, but I mean, it comes up every now and then, I guess. Maybe every 10 games, might come up like 2 times, maybe, if that. But then we also have Lubellion. Lubellion, obvious, right? He gets you into your Dragon Knight, or he gets you into your copy of Dragoon, so you gotta have him. Albion, right? You gotta have Albion. He basically gets him in. He gets him basically banished. Then Lubellion uses their banish. So you can honestly, it comes up every now and then where you can actually combo. You go into like Albion, then you go into like use Albion to go into Lubellion. Then Lubellion makes an even bigger boss monster. So you can just spam field like that. You have your super poly targets, right? Starmie Venom, everybody knows what he does. He basically, he's a 2 dark monsters on the field. You have your Dragostapelia, or Dragostapelia. Dragostapelia is really good because he's like a monster of effect negate. He's literally a fusion and a dark. Then you have another super poly target, your Mud Dragon of the Swamp. This one is 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. So that's pretty good, right? So basically what that is like, let's say if they're running like sprites or something like that. With like the frogs and such, basically you can get stuff out like that. You have your Garura. Garura is really good. It's 2 monsters with the same type and attribute but different names. So you kind of have super poly targets for like each occasion, right? So no matter what, they can get super poly here. Then we go into the links. We got Artemis. Artemis is like she's like one of the waifus of the deck, honestly. She's not a Dark Magician card, but she's super good. She's essential. You gotta play her, right? She's super good. Selene, right? Selene, really good link 3. You literally just use like 3 like monsters, including a spellcaster, but she's basically your monster reborn for the deck. She can get you your Dragoon out from the grave, super good, right? Use the spell counters. Duck, he's literally solely there for a really cool effect. A lot of people overlook his second effect, where if you put him in like your link zone, right? A monster that he's pointing to, he can literally just destroy it no matter what, as long as he's pointing to it, regardless of its attack. You don't take any damage, it just destroys the monster before even like damage calculation. It's like right at the damage step, so it's really cool there. But mainly he's like you link your Dark Magician into him, then you like recycle Dark Magician, Eternal Soul, Dark Magic Circle combo. Then we play the Nightmare Unicorn for extra like removal. He's really good because you can literally just discard. You can target any card on field, shuffle it back into the deck. So it's really cool because it doesn't destroy, it just shuffles back into the deck. So any graveyard or destruction effects won't go off or anything like that. So that's good too there, right? So now I can probably show you guys some test hands. All right, so we're gonna draw our first test hand, right? So we're gonna have Random Fusion. That's already a good sign, right? That's 1 card boss monster. They don't have Ash. Mystic Mind. This is a really good hand so far. You got the Magician's Rod, Fallen of Valbaz, and Preparation. Alright, so honestly, right off the rip, this hand's pretty good. So, I'll show you what I'd probably do with this hand. First things first, I'm going to try to get the Ash out if they have it. I'll start with Preparation of Rites. If they Ash it, their Ash is gone, and then you can go into your Brand of Fusion plays or your Magician's Rod. So, yeah, let's say they don't Ash it, right? You search your Illusion of Chaos. So you get your Illusion of Chaos out of the deck. Illusion of Chaos effects, right? You reveal him, and you can add a Dark Magician monster. So what you're gonna want to add is always, or unless you have it already, you're gonna add your Magician Souls from deck to hand, because he literally searches him right out. And then what Illusion of Chaos does, you have to place a card back to the top of your deck. So let's say you're gonna place Fallen of Valbaz, because you don't really need him in your hand at all, and you're gonna use him from deck anyway. So then you're gonna Magician Souls effect, right? You're gonna dump for cost Dark Magician to the grave, right? You could dump Girl as well. Sometimes it comes up where you want to dump like the Girl, but just because we're not gonna have a Dark Magician in grave after we resolve like the Brand of Fusion effect and all that, we want to have him in grave at least. So then you're gonna like special summon Magician Souls, right? So you special summon Magician Souls. You still have your normal summon, which is really cool, right? You're gonna normal summon Rod now, right? Rod we'll search you with Spell or Trap. You can honestly search Magician's Salvation because that'll thin our deck out. We play Magician's Salvation, sets Eternal Soul from deck, so we already have that. So bam, your Eternal Soul set. Right, the Eternal Soul will get us back our Dark Magician. Right, then with that you play Branded Fusion. So Branded Fusion now, you dump your other Dark Magician to the grave, and then Fallen of Valbaz. That's going to get you into Lubellion. I usually make him in defense just because his defense is higher. So Lubellion's effect, then you discard. You can honestly discard your Illusion of Chaos at this point, and you shuffle back Dark Magician Albaz back into the deck for your Dragoon. Right, so now look at your field already, right? You still have the Mystic Mind in hand to back yourself up, but you literally have, like, look at this. This is crazy, right? So if they somehow get around your whole, you have like your I guess your discard, of course, right? But I mean, like look at this. Like, this is crazy, right? So you can even what you want to do, right? You can use Magician's Soul's effect, get rid of your Salvation to draw a card. Now you have the discard for the, look at that. We drew into another Mystic Mind. Like, this is like literally cracked. So your Dragoon can discard the Mystic Mind for a negate. You still have a follow-up Mystic Mind. They can somehow get around your whole board. They can just sit on Mystic Mind. There's nothing, right, they can really do at that point, right? So that's cracked right there. So yeah, that's a really good play. What you can even further do, right, is you can link your Rod into Artemis, right? So you link your Rod into Artemis. That's one less monster on the field. Right, so you activate your Eternal Soul, you get him, right, you get him back in hand by tributing her. So you have another, like, follow-up card for your negate on your turn, right? And then you can literally just sit on Mystic Mind. Like, it's so cracked. Like, it really good here. That's our first test hand. So let's see what else we got. So our next test hand, Preparation of Rites, Skill Drain, okay, not bad so far. Called by, not bad. Dark Magician, and Oliver. Okay, this hand's not super great, but because you have Oliver, you can really go into your combos. What you want to do is you want to bait the Ash with Preparation of Rites, because if they Ash out, you can still resolve your Oliver. So Preparation of Rites gets you Illusion of Chaos, right? So you add Illusion. Illusion's effect, reveal. You're going to want to go for Souls. Then you place Illusion of Chaos back to the top. Honestly, you could even place Dark Magician back at the top of your deck, right? Since you'll be using him from deck anyway, right? Then you, Magician's Soul's effect, right? You get him on the field. You can even dump Dark Magician Girl. She's basically, you don't want to draw on her anyway. So yeah, you get Dark Magician Girl into the graveyard. Normal summon your Oliver. You search your Branded Fusion. And it's really nice here because you have so many ways of like dodging Ash, like in this deck. And you have your Call by anyway, so they can't really do anything to you. You're kind of untouchable here. Right, so you get your Branded Fusion. You play Branded Fusion. And you Fusion summon, right? Using Dark Magician from deck and Fallen of Valbaz. Then we're going to go into, like, once again, Lubellion. Lubellion's gonna discard. Honestly, you could probably discard. This is gonna be tricky. We'll discard our Illusion of Chaos just as we have other ways of getting into him, right? So then Fusion summon your Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Right. So you have Dark Magician, Dragon Knight. Then you can also literally set your Skill Drain, right? Set your Call by the Grave. Dragon Knight will protect your back row from being destroyed. You can, spot banish, right, which is really cool. You also have your Skill Drain. You have a 3K monster, so it doesn't even matter, right? So you do have that, right? And if things get like dicey, your Magician Souls can literally get rid of like one of these, like for the draws, right? So yeah, there you have it. So that's another combo. You could probably do more with this, but I'm not trying to go super like in depth. Right, I'm just showing you like basic Dark Magician combos here. All right, so we'll do Branded Fusion, Timaeus, Rod, Super Poly, Prep. Really good here, right? Because you have so many ways of getting around like Ash Blossom. Because like for example, right, if they don't Ash that, they could Ash Rod. If they Ash Rod, then you have this. Like you have literally so many ways around, like which is literally crazy. And even if they do like Ash like the Rod, cool, Timaeus, we can get rid of Rod. Like it's so crazy. So yeah, Preparation of Rites, you get your Illusion, right? Illusion reveal for Souls, right? Then you honestly could place, honestly we could place Timaeus back at the top of the deck because don't really need him here really. Souls effect, right? You reveal, special summon. Well, you have to dump first, but yeah. Your Dark Magician Girl into the grave. Then you can normal summon Rod. Rod will get you Full Servant. Then you can play Branded Fusion. Look how consistent this combo is. Like, it keeps coming up, right? Get your Lubellion. Lubellion you'll discard. You can probably honestly discard your Illusion of Chaos at this point, right? It would be really cool if Illusion of Chaos was a Dark Magician engraved, because that would be cracked. Then you get like another draw off your Soul Servant. And it's cool too, because we're gonna actually go into Dragoon here. Right, so we go into our copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So you have a Dragoon on the field. And look how many bodies they're putting on the field, which is crazy. Like, it's really crazy to be able to put, especially if you're going second. If you're going second, you could possibly OTK with this here, right? Right, so yeah, you're putting all these bodies on the field, right? You have your Dragoon. You can literally set your Super Poly, right? And you have your Soul Servant for your like discard. This is probably one of the best cards you can discard. If you discard this, and you literally get a draw, like for the negates and all that. But yeah, you have that. What you can do is you can link the Rod into Artemis here, so that way you'll get your follow-up. So yeah, you can link Rod into Artemis. Then when you activate your Super Poly, you can tribute Artemis, get your Rod back to hand. You have another discard for negate, or you have a search for your follow-up turn. Right? Can't go wrong there. Literally can't go wrong. I'll do one more test hand, but I'm telling you guys, man, these combos, they're really consistent, and it's like I find like running the branded engine in here, like the deck breaks like way less often. Test hand. We have Called by, Dark Magic Attack, Spellbook of Knowledge. So far, not a great hand. Timaeus and Oliver. Okay. So not the best hand, but we do have a couple cards that we can kind of like pop off with. So right off the rip here is gonna be tricky, but what you kind of want to do here is normal summon the Oliver. What's cool is that you have the call by, so if they ash you, you're Gucci, you're fine. All right, so your Oliver is gonna get you your Branded Fusion, right? Then you're gonna play Branded Fusion. Like I said, you have call by, so they literally cannot ash you, right? They cannot ash you at all. So then dump Dark Magician. Then we also dump Fallen of Valvaz. This is literally our bread and butter combo here for Lubellion. Your best bet is to probably discard the Dark Magic Attack, right? So yeah, you discard your Dark Magic Attack. I don't want to discard a card that could potentially draw 2, so that's literally my logic of doing that. Then you're gonna you can literally go into your copy of Dragoon, right? You have big damage on the field. You have literally big damage. We can honestly set the called by at that point, right? And we have, 2 cards for like our discard fodder. It was kind of a bricky hand somewhat, but I mean, we ended up on Dragoon, a monster, and a 3K on the field in defense position. So, I mean, like you guys can see, even when you semi like brick, you still get like a decent field out, right? Because a lot of times you really just want to end on Dragoon and a card in hand to, discard negate. So, for the heck of it, I'll literally do one more test hand. All right, so we're gonna have Preparation of Rites, Apprentice Illusion, Rod, Souls, another Rod. Alright, this could have been something else, but still a good hand. So yeah, you're gonna prep. You're gonna always start with prep, right? Prep's gonna get you to Illusion. Right? Illusion's gonna reveal. At this point, you already have like literally what you need. So you can, at this point, you can even add like a Dark Magician or something, like realistically, right? That way we have like for discard fodder to like draw with and all that. So I mean, you want to add Dark Magician in this one because you have literally everything you would have added already, right? And then we can literally place Rod back to the top of our deck because we don't need 2 rods, right? So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna Magician Souls, right? We're gonna dump Dark Magician Girl to the grave. We could literally even special summon Dark Magician Girl at this point because we don't really need Rod anymore, right? Then you can normal summon Rod, right? Rod's gonna get you Soul Servant, right? And it's cool, right? Because we have one on field, so we can get a draw off with that already. So yeah, with our Soul Servant, right, we can do that. And realistically, you could have even you could have, I guess, kept Souls on field if you want to get rid of your Salvation, but because we have Dark Magician in hand anyway, I kind of want to keep the Salvation on field for now. So yeah, you get into your Soul Servant, right? Then you're gonna play. You literally could even, right? You could discard your Dark Magician to special summon Apprentice Illusion Magician, right? She'll search a Dark Magician from deck, so then you get another brick out of your deck, which is awesome. So you have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl for your draws, right? So at this point, then you play Soul Servant, right? You can literally stack what you need at this point. What we're probably going to be stacking is our copy of Eternal Soul, Or we can, honestly, we can stack Magician Salvation even better, right? Because that'll get you that. So we stack Magician Salvation to the top of our deck, right? Here we banish Soul Servant because we have Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. We draw 2. So we drew into what we just stacked. We also drew a skill drain. That's correct. Okay. So then you're going to set your skill drain. You're going to play Magician Salvation to set an Eternal Soul from deck. So yeah, we set our Eternal Soul. You could link Rod and the Artemis. Then you activate Eternal Soul, right on their turn. You have Skill Drain, which is really cool. Like they're not like it's hard to get around all of this, right? So what you could literally do is, let's say on their turn, right? You activate Skill Drain, right? So you activate your Skill Drain, right? Because you did that, you contribute Artemis, add Rod back to hand. You still have two 2K beaters, right? What's cool is you can also activate Eternal Soul. Then you can get your Dark Magician out of the grave. Special summon, right? But what you probably want to do is you want to wait till like Girl is destroyed or something like that, so that way you Eternal Soul, right? And then you can combo off the Salvation because you special summon Dark Magician with the Eternal Soul. You can get Girl back from the grave, so it gets you extra bodies on field, so that's really good. And you literally have 3 cards in hand. Skill Drain's on field, so they have to just beat over your Dark Magician. You have Illusion of Chaos to get you another Magician Souls. If the Skill Drain's fucking you over, you can get rid of this, draw 2. So like I'll show you, right? Let's say next turn, right? So you draw your card. You have a Secrets of Dark Magic. That already is cracked. So this will help you go into like your OTKs or like your extra damage, right? So what you're going to want to do, you still have these on field, right? What you'll do is, let's see. You use Illusion of Chaos's effect, right? You'll search another copy of Magician Souls. And definitely, right, Dark Magician is definitely not nothing to scoff at, but through Skill Drain, you gotta beat over 2,500, you know what I'm saying? Through like a normal summon or something, or like they special summon, whatever, but I mean, it's 2,500, right? You put a card back to the top of your deck. In this case, we're gonna put Illusion of Chaos back, right? Then you're gonna Magician Souls effect, right? Let me see. I don't know if you have anything else to like send. Let me see what we have. Yeah, you have nothing else to really send. One level 6 or higher spellcaster from your deck. Oh, you could technically send, yes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna send our other Illusion of Chaos to the graveyard. But he's a level 6 or higher spellcaster. So we can special summon. We don't want to use our normal summon yet. So we special summon Magician Souls, right? So Magician Souls effect, you're gonna get rid of the Skill Drain, you're gonna get rid of Magician Salvation and draw 2. So look how much we're plussing, right? We have 5 in hand. We have a summon limit on the field, so we can set our summon limit, right? Then what we can do, honestly, at this point, we can link Dark Magician into our copy of Imduck, right? So we link Dark Magician into Imduck, right? We have a Dark Magician in hand, so what we can literally do is we can play Secrets of Dark Magic, right? Or you can even go like Battle Phase or whatever, however you prefer. Right, but you can also normal summon Magician's Rod. So you summon Magician's Rod, you get your Dark Magical Circle. We won't even have to go into Dragoon at this point, because now we have our lock. Right, so yeah, you do that. You play Dark Magic Circle, right? 1, 2, 3. You can literally stack your deck, right? We already have the summon limit set, I believe. Yeah, so honestly, we don't really need another, but I mean, just in case. What you could do is you could literally stack your Oliver, right? At this point. And then you can do like, I guess Rod, summon limit, right? So you top deck that. Let's see what else we got here. What we got going on. Okay, so we have these. Then we can literally go into like that. You can make Dark Magician the Dragon Knight using Dark Magician Imduck. There you go. And you still have your Eternal Soul to, get back your Dark Magician. So honestly, you're going to want to put them here in your extra zone, right? Then you're going to use a Dark Magic Circle with Eternal Soul combo, right? Eternal Soul brings Dark Magician back, you banish, right? You also have your Secrets of Dark Magic, so you can literally at this point go into battle phase, you attack for 3k, attack for 2,500. If they're still on the field alive or whatever, you attack, then quick play during battle phase, Secrets of Dark Magic, right? Then you can literally fuse Dark Magician Girl and, I don't know, your... Let's say Rod, just because you want a monster in defense, if he's like not dead, right? So you make them into the Dark Magicians, and you attack again for 2,800. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? Like the deck's super consistent. Hope you guys liked it. I mean, we did like what 5 test hands, didn't really brick, right? Even our semi-brick, we still were able to get plays off. So I hope you guys like the deck profile. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Definitely, if you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all in the next video. So peace.